Hey everybody, this is Dan with Adventure Today. Hope you're doing great. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to subscribe. Just do it right now so you don't forget. Click that bell and share with your friends if they're looking for some ideas and tips in purchasing a new or used travel trailer or fifth wheel. I got some ideas here in this video that I think might be able to help you out. So before I get started in the meat of this video, which is really on the 377 RLBH from Jayco. It's a North Point unit, and it's I think it's their most popular floor plan within the North Point line, and you're going to find out why here in just a few minutes. But it is a phenomenal floor plan, very well laid out. Now, if anybody has owned a travel trailer or a fifth wheel before, or any kind of recreational vehicle, you know that it's a balance between things that you must have and things that you're willing to sacrifice or not have. And so rarely will you come across somebody who says, you know, this unit has everything that I need and nothing that I don't want. You know, it rarely does that happen. Usually it's, you know, a situation like ours where my wife really wanted a second bathroom, but we couldn't get it. For me, you know, I didn't have a lot of things in this unit that I didn't really care for, but that second bathroom would have been pretty nice. And so anyway, but I want to talk to you about this unit. So where did we come from? It's a good place to start. So we got into camping about 3 years ago, and I just developed this huge passion for camping and understanding travel trailers and fifth wheels especially. And so I really educated myself quite a bit about the units and the brands and the technologies behind them. And our unit that we had before this was a Mesa Ridge 328 BHS. It's a bunkhouse suite, and it's a big unit. It was 38 feet long. It had 4 slides, LED lighting, residential fridge, 0 to 100 degree rated. It was just a really, really high quality unit. Big travel trailer. 38 feet long is about the biggest you can find out there. And but the bunkhouse, which for the first couple years was okay size-wise, my kids started to grow out of that. My oldest is 13, I've got twins that are 10, and then I've got a 4-year-old. And you know, they were like growing out of that unit because the bunks just weren't all that big. And the couch wasn't that easy to turn into a sleeping unit because you had to blow up a mattress and everything, and it just wasn't, you know, that convenient. So we had to make the decision, do we not camp as much and stay with the unit we had, or do we want to continue our camping adventures? In order to do that, we had to buy a new unit. And so so we start then thinking about, well, what's important to us? What can we give up a little bit? And you start looking at all these floor plans. So of course I drove my wife crazy for 6 months as I was researching units, watching countless YouTube videos, and you know, visiting websites and just reading reviews and getting feedback on different forums and so forth. And it really brought us to a couple different units, and one of them was at the St. Louis RV show early this year in 2020. So I came back home, I grabbed my wife, we went down there. The kids had already seen it. They were really excited about it, and my wife kept saying, you know, it doesn't have the second bathroom. That's going to be a problem for me, and the kids are going to have to go to the bathroom at the campgrounds. They're not going to be able to use our bathroom and so forth. And so, but she got in and saw this unit, and wow, she was blown away. So I want to talk to you about just a number of quick things with this video that for us really made a difference. One of them are the sleeping zones in this floor plan. I think are ideal. Number 2, the flexibility of the unit, which when you see how this unit is laid out and so forth, I'm going to do my best to really show you and just use your imagination of how you could use these different spaces that are available in this unit. And then number 3, I want to talk to you about something that's really important, which is, you know, what to upgrade after you buy a unit. And I want to talk to you about that a little bit because Jayco does a great job from the factory providing a lot of upgrades that people normally just go out and do within the first couple weeks or 6 months or so of owning a brand new RV. So with that, I'm going to flip the camera around and we'll get started on the sleeping zones and you know, some of the details around the floor plan on this unit and why it makes such common sense. Okay, give me a second. Okay, now that that introduction is over, I want to talk to you about the floor plan. So real quickly, here's the front door. Here are the control panels. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because there's lots of videos out there on it. This closet goes all the way through to the mid bunk. This is a mid bunk platform. So you've got a bunk room here. It's got a sliding door for privacy. And then you get a loft up here. So you've got the master bedroom, which is through that door. That's sleeping zone 1. Sleeping zone 2 is here. I'll show you this in a couple seconds. Sleeping zone 3 is here. Sleeping zone 4, this is a huge couch that flips out into a bed in about 30 seconds. And sleeping zone, well, I guess part of 4 would be, you could even put somebody on one of these reclining chairs, which is pretty neat. Sorry for my tripod there. So let's jump into the bunkhouse though, because this bunkhouse is special. This is what makes this unit so neat. Now I'm 6'7". I can't quite stand up in here. I think it's about maybe 6 feet tall or so. But wow, this place is great. So you get a bunk up here, but this couch also turns into a bed that's very comfortable, very, very comfortable in about 30 seconds. It's really easy to do. My kids fight over who's going to sleep in here because this room is just totally private. This door just slides shut. Inside here, you get great storage with these pull-out drawers right here, right here. You've got a desk, a television, your own sound system in here, so you can play DVDs, you can do Bluetooth, you've got stereo, you can plug into gaming and so forth, and you get your own speaker system. There's 2 speakers in here for sound, which is really, really neat. Now, you could use this as an office space, you know, so if you've got a couple of adults that don't have kids and they work on the road, you've got a great, nice, private, quiet, peaceful, highly productive space right here where you can get your work done. There's electrical outlets, there's USB charge ports. I mean, everything that you need is right here. It's very, very convenient. You get a heat vent down here. You get an air conditioning vent right here. You've got windows for light, and this also is a place where you can put in a table for extra eating. So when there's 6 people in our family, a lot of times we'll set up a table in here so a couple kids can eat in here, they can game while they're eating or whatever they're doing. And then this Class A style table extends out to approximately here, and there's 2 more chairs that are up in the loft, and then 4 of us can eat out here. Or if we're not going to set up the table in the bunkhouse, then a couple people can sit over here on the chairs and eat, maybe use the footrest here as a place to put your plates and so forth. And it's really, really neat. So that is what really drew us to this, is that you've got these 4 distinct sleeping zones. The other thing that really drew me to this floor plan was the windows. Now, a lot of bunkhouses, and in fact, the 375 from Jayco, nearly all the windows are on the sewer side over here. Now I got my RV parked in the driveway. This isn't a campground, but we're winterizing it tomorrow, so I just brought it home for the weekend to do a couple things to it. But most of the windows on a lot of floor plans, if you got to be careful, are on the sewer side. I have no interest in viewing my sewers and my neighbor's campsite over here and what they're doing all day long. I want a little more privacy, and I like having these phenomenal windows on this side of the unit. Jayco gives you blackout shades. You can really help control the heat that comes into the unit. Like right now, it's 45 degrees outside. I've got the windows open. Heater's not running, and it's staying nice and toasty in here just from the radiant heat coming in from the sun. Lots of nice windows in back. Of course, this is a massive slide right here. And then from the where the TV is, which is right here, the electric fireplace, which pours out quite a bit of heat, all the way over to the other side of the fridge is another slide. So it creates a huge, really nice living space in here. And this is where you spend most of your time, you know, when you're awake. And if you're not outside doing adventuring, then maybe you're in here prepping food, watching some TV at night, checking out a movie. And these seats recline, they vibrate, massage, they're heated. and it's super comfortable, and lots of great viewing positions for the television set. So you can see the TV from really easily from 2 of these 3 positions here. That third one is a little bit tight. You got to lean forward a little bit. But all the seats over here for the table, you can see the TV very easily. So a lot of people can sit here and watch a movie together and really enjoy it. Then you get storage. Now, massive storage above the couch, which is great, but you also get this phenomenal pantry. So, you know, we store most of our dry goods here in the pantry, and of course in these storage shelves up here. We put chips over here. We'll store bread over here. We actually store some plates and things like that, bowls in these areas. Now we've got a lot of stuff out of here right now because we're kind of getting shut down for winter. But over here we keep, again, you know, a lot of food or just like tools that you use for cooking and so forth. And then over here we've got spices, more storage up here for things like tablecloths and so forth. Knives, spoons, forks. You get your own little built-in dividers here for your utensils. We got a built-in trash can. This is an electric freshwater drinking system that is available to you, which is just a great benefit that Jayco started installing inside these RVs. And I'll show you this when we get down to the basement. But this is a spigot that draws off of those 5-gallon freshwater containers that you can get filled up at Walmart or at Costco or at your local grocery store. And that freshwater system feeds not only this spigot here, but also the ice maker and the fresh water in the fridge. We have never drank so much water when we go camping as we do now that we've got access to this just great tasting water. And Jayco was just so smart in installing that. We have not had any problems with it. It has worked perfect, and it is just a great upgrade. So again, keep this video moving along real quick here. This is the loft, and my 2 daughters usually sleep up here. Lots of space. I'm 6'7". I've got plenty of room to lay down up here. You've got an air conditioning vent. You've got ways to control your lighting. Both of those lights turn on. They just have a manual switch in that one. That one's not flipped on right now. You've got storage near the headboard area and a place to put a TV up here if you want, electrical outlets. You know, it's fully equipped and it's really nice. You've got even a vent here to the outside world, and privacy with, of course, a drape over the window. So it's a really neat space. If you're not going to sleep up here, it's great for storage. This is a very durable carpet, and you can put tons and tons of weight up here and store things that you don't use all the time. And it's just a really neat place. I've even seen people store like bicycles up here. It's really cool. So not gonna spend a lot of time in the bathroom. It's your typical bathroom. What I like about it is there's no wasted space. Again, that term gets used a lot when reviewing campers. But what I like about this is there's plenty of legroom here when you're going to the bathroom. But it's not too much. It's just the right amount. When you dry yourself and you got your arms spread out and so forth, there's plenty of, you know, space in order to do that, and lots of storage. I mean, this storage cabinet right here for towels and everything, I mean, it just goes way back there. Cabinet here, medicine cabinet opens up, storage space down there, just tons of space. And then in here, you've got the master, because that bathroom's not oversized. You've got nice space on both sides of the bed to walk. You've got a huge walk-in closet here with 4 rungs to hanging clothes, washer and dryer prep, big storage on that side, nice carpeted. It's really neat. You get the WineGuard 360 gateway, which this allows you, there's a little confusion about this out there on the internet and so forth. There's 2 functions to this unit. One, you can throw in a SIM card so you can attach to maybe an AT&T account or Verizon or any of the cell carriers to bring cellular Wi-Fi, cellular-based Wi-Fi into the travel trailer. If you don't want to do that, then this can also serve as a Wi-Fi booster at the campground. So you can attach to the local Wi-Fi that the campground's providing, but then it boosts the signal. And or like one time we were at the campground, and actually the free signal from a Starbucks was stronger, so we attached to that. And you know, it's not going to make the impossible happen. Like, you know, you can't make water run uphill, but it does boost the signal. So if maybe you're getting 3 megabytes a second at the campground, this might get you up to 4 or 5. But it gets you to a place where you don't have the starting and stopping of streaming video and things like that. You also get more storage here in the master. This unit comes with 3 TVs from the factory, so you're not spending money buying TVs to equip it. And it's just really, really nice. So that's a little bit about the inside. Remember, 4 sleeping zones, windows everywhere. It's 0 to 100 degree rated. You get a max air fan here that you can control with this switch. Open it, close it. It's got a rain sensor on it. Super convenient, because this is about 8.5, maybe 8 feet 10 inches high. And so you don't have to get on a ladder. You can just control it right here. And then it also has a intervac vacuum system down here. Pretty cool, right? So it's just a great, great system. Xantrex to control the refrigerator, which is really nice. And then over here you get an electronic system to control everything from the lighting to your tanks to your thermostats. Control both units right here. To over here, when you're rolling, you can see all 4 of the tires will show up, their PSI and their temperature, and you can also manage your electricity with your battery levels and so forth, and see how they're doing. There's an app that comes on your phone that connects to this by Bluetooth, so you can track your tire pressures as you're driving down the road and everything else. So it's really really neat. But here in just a second, I'm going to take you outside, and we will wrap up this video very quickly with some of the upgrades that you don't have to pay for that come on this unit. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're outside, and I am so sorry it's windy out today. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I've got a sock over my microphone. Hopefully that'll help out a little bit. But I want to talk to you about some of the things that people spend money on after they buy a travel trailer or a fifth wheel. And one of the first things that people spend money on is their tires and their suspension. Well, you don't have to do it with the 377 here from Jayco, and actually with many Jayco products, because these things come equipped. So the sun's not perfect here, but this is a Goodyear Endurance tire. Goodyear Endurance. You can kind of see it a little better over here. And these tires are monsters. They are huge. They're rated to 87 miles per hour. I don't ever recommend anybody drive their fifth wheel that fast down the highway. But in the occasional time where maybe you're driving along at 67, 68 miles per hour, and you got to bump it up to 75 to pass somebody, you've got protection. A little bit of insurance goes a long way. So if you're riding on tires made from China, China King, Trailer King, Westlake, my recommendation is to replace those sooner than later, because the tread wears out fast. The sidewalls are very flimsy on those tires, and they blow relatively easy, especially compared to these Goodyear Endurance tires, which is why Goodyear came out with these, was to address all of the tire problems that people have been experiencing over the past handful of years with all these really cheaply made tires. I put a set of Goodyears on my first travel trailer, my last travel trailer. I rode those for a little bit over 10,000 miles, did not have a problem. My Westlakes that came on it were shot after 4,000 miles. There's very little sway generated by the sidewalls on these tires. They are a very, very stable riding tire, yet they still cushion the interior of the vehicle against jars. So you don't have to upgrade your tires when you buy one of these North Points, because it comes with, you know, really the best tires in the business, stock from the factory. You also get a Cree 3000 Moride upgraded suspension system that is just really, really nice in helping cushion the ride, to keep things safer inside the vehicle. You get Dexter axles, you get Dexter shackles, you get never adjust upgraded brakes. So the brakes are really, really good, and you never have to adjust them. So it saves on maintenance costs there. Really good traveling suspension and tires that came on this unit from the factory. Again, things that a lot of people spend money on to upgrade, but you don't have to with a unit like this because it's got its stock. The other thing that comes stock is this Moride pin box. This provides cushioning both north and south and east and west from your fifth wheel. So it makes for a much more comfortable ride, prevents jarring inside the unit to some degree, just wear and tear, knocking things loose. All that stuff is somewhat prevented by a pin box like this. And then what I did is I upgraded my pin box by adding an Anderson hitch, and I'll talk about this in a second, but let's go to the back of the truck. Now, when you go from a travel trailer to a fifth wheel, you've got to purchase a traditional fifth wheel hitch. So that's what I did right here. So I went with an Anderson hitch. This connects like a gooseneck. So a gooseneck normally attaches right down to the bed. This lifts it up several inches. You can adjust that ball up and down. This hitch weighs 35 pounds. It's rated for 24,000 pounds of towing capacity. And again, it's held in by 3 screws that you can remove this whole entire hitch assembly in about 3 minutes. It's really, really quick and easy. These hooks down here where your safety chains go, and it costs about $900. That's it. So if you go to like a halfway decent lower end traditional fifth wheel hitch, you're probably looking at that $700, $800, $900,000 range. If you want to go higher end, you're probably looking at upper like $1,800, $1,900, just under $2,000. And if you want to go top of the line, you're probably looking at about $2,500. This gives you amazing convenience because it's so easy to attach the trailer to the hitch. You're just rolling the hitch underneath this ball, and you're just lowering the trailer on it, and that's it. It's so easy. It's lightweight, again, 35 pounds, 2 to 3 minutes to remove it out of the back of the truck. It's held in by 3 bolts that are all torqued to 60 pounds, and it attaches to this red connector right here, and you can see it's funneled a little bit. So you don't have to get it exactly in the center. It can be off even a little bit, and the trailer will bring it right down into that connector. And then to lock it, you just push this in and turn it. That's it, and you're locked up. You hit safety chains, you connect your battery cable, and you're done. So, you know, you gotta buy a hitch anyway, unless you're trading in a fifth wheel and getting a new fifth wheel. But if you're gonna spend some extra money, this Anderson hitch is ridiculous. It's so nice, it's so easy, so convenient, so lightweight, and I love it. So I'm gonna walk over here out of the window a little bit. Just want to wrap up this video. So these are some of the reasons that drew us to this unit: the floor plan and the convenience, and you just got to use your imagination of how you can use these 4 separate areas that are created by this floor plan. You've got the bedroom area, the loft, the bunkhouse, and then the living area. It provides a lot of flexibility. All the upgrades that come from the factory, you know, there's very little that you really need to do to give you a long-lasting, safe, reliable trailer driving down the road. I mean, I don't know what else to really spend money on with this. Maybe I would upgrade my speakers for the stereo system inside. Maybe I'll add a little bit of solar next year. You know, I might add a 3rd air conditioner in the spring because we're headed down to Texas next summer, and just to give us some extra cooling capacity. You know, those are all maybes. We had this thing out to Utah with 105, 106 degree temps, and the 2 Coleman AC units did just fine. But I mean, these are little nitpicks, right? So anyway, with that, I wanted to wrap up the video. Thanks for being here. Be sure to subscribe, click that bell, share with your friends. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments, and I will have more videos coming. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.